K News.
From the witness testimony today, I know I'm innocent. A police officer who goes to the bathroom 7 different times, testifying lies, taking a car.
It's senseless. No video evidence. No, wait until after the judgment.
You don't have evidence to carry the protocol? Then you call the pope. Oh yeah, you know, I listen to Chamabele, the jack kept the pope, what I do, why are you keeping the pope there for? You listen.
They're coming to talk to the superintendent, the representative, where they will say they will do they want it, do they want to do that one. Then they try and see about the road condition. Now my market in the bush, all of my people, my black ball, some of my
where you say
embarrass us under the former president we have regime. But since the government took over, we don't have freedom in real life. It's a big challenge for us as a motorcycle. We've gone irrelevant to say we are failure or foreigners.
First of all, I'm a product of the University of Liberia. I have my first degree from there. I have my second degree from there. The University of Liberia is the state-owned institution, the highest institution of learning in this country.
So how does today make you feel, Kasha?
To make me feel good that at least the truth prevail. We have recognition, and all along I was on the Truth and Reconciliation Commission.
I mean, people called me and said, $10 million again? Well, what is that? What I did with this money? What happened? I said, can we arrest you for $10 million? My sister, $10 million? I didn't do anything with $10 million. $10 million is for the World Food Program.
K News comes to you from the News and Current Affairs Department of Cool 91.9. You can listen to K News at 6 a.m., 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. every weekdays as we bring to you your news makers. K News. Get all of the latest in the world of news. K News.
From the witness testimony today, I know I'm innocent. A police officer who goes to the bathroom 7 different times, testifying lies, taking a car.
It's senseless. No video evidence. No, wait until after the judgment.
You don't have evidence to carry the protocol? Then you call the pope. Oh yeah, you know, I listen to Chamabele, the jack kept the pope, what I do, why are you keeping the pope there for? You listen.
they're coming to talk to the superintendent, the representative, where they will say they will do they want it, do they want to do that one. Then they try and see about the road condition. Now my market in the bush, all of my people, my black ball, some of my
where you say
They used to embarrass us under the former president we have regime. But since the government took over, we don't have freedom in real life. It's a big challenge for us as a motorcycle. We've gone irrelevant to say we are failure or foreigners.
First of all, I'm a product of the University of Liberia. I have my first degree from there. I have my second degree from there. The University of Liberia is the state-owned institution, the highest institution of learning in this country.
So how does today make you feel, Kasha?
To make me feel good that at least the truth prevail. We have recognition, and all along I was on the Truth and Reconciliation Commission.
I mean, people called me and said, $10 million again? Well, what is that? What I did with this money? What happened? I said, can we arrest you for $10 million? My sister, $10 million? I didn't do anything with $10 million. $10 million is for the World Food Program.
K News comes to you from the News and Current Affairs Department of Cool 91.9. You can listen to K News at 6 a.m., 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. every weekdays as we bring to you your news makers. K News. Get all of the latest in the world of news. K News.
From the witness testimony today, I know I'm innocent. A police officer who goes to the bathroom 7 different times, testifying lies, car.
It's senseless. No video evidence. No, wait until after the judgment.
You don't have evidence to carry the protocol? Then you call the poll. Oh yeah, you know, I listen to Chemebele, the jack kept the poll while I do 5 o'clock. Why are you keeping the poll there for? You listen.
They're coming to talk to the superintendent, the representative, where they will say they will do they want it, do they want to do that one. Then they try and see about the road condition. Now my market in the bush, all of my blue, my black ball, some of my
Where you send?
They embarrass us under the former president we are regime. But since the government took over, we don't have freedom in real life. It's a great challenge for us as a motorcycle. We've gone irrelevant to say we are failure or foreigners.
First of all, I'm a product of the University of Liberia. I have my first degree from there. I have my second degree from there. The University of Liberia is the state-owned institution, the highest institution of learning in this country.
So how does today make you feel, Councillor?
To make me feel good that at least the truth prevail. We have recognition, and all along, I was on the Truth and Reconciliation Commission.
I mean, people call me and say, 30 million again? What is that? What I did for this morning? What happened? I said, come here, arrest you on 30 million. My sister, 30 million? I didn't do anything with 10 million. 10 million is with the World Food Program.
K-News comes to you from the News and Current Affairs Department of Cool 91.9. You can listen to K-News at 6 a.m., 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. every weekdays as we bring to you your news makers. K-News. K-News. Get all of the latest in the world of news. K-News. 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 K-News.
From the witness testimony today, I know I'm innocent. A police officer who goes to the bathroom 7 different times, testifying lies, car.
It's senseless. No video evidence. No, wait until after the judgment.
You don't have evidence to carry the protocol? Then you call the poll. Oh yeah, you know, I listen to Chemebele, the jack kept the poll while I do 5 o'clock. Why are you keeping the poll there for? You listen.
They're coming to talk to the superintendent, the representative, where they will say they will do they want it, do they want to do that one. Then they try and see about the road condition. Now my market in the bush, all of my blue, my black ball, some of my
Where you send?
They used to embarrass us under the former president we are regime. But since the government took over, we don't have freedom in real life. It's a great challenge for us as a motorcycle. We've gone irrelevant to say we are failure or foreigners.
First of all, I'm a product of the University of Liberia. I have my first degree from there. I have my second degree from there. The University of Liberia is the state-owned institution, the highest institution of learning in this country.
So how does today make you feel, Councillor?
To make me feel good that at least the truth prevail. We have recognition, and all along, I was on the Truth and Reconciliation Commission.
I mean, people call me and say, 30 million again? What is that? What I did for this morning? What happened? I said, come here, arrest you on 30 million. My sister, 30 million? I didn't do anything with 10 million. 10 million is with the World Food Program.
K-News comes to you from the News and Current Affairs Department of Cool 91.9. You can listen to K-News at 6 a.m., 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. every weekdays as we bring to you your news makers. K-News. K-News. Get all of the latest in the world of news. K-News. 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 K-News.
From the witness testimony today, I know I'm innocent. A police officer who goes to the bathroom 7 different times, testifying lies, car.
It's senseless. No video evidence. No, wait until after the judgment.
You don't have evidence to carry the protocol? Then you call the poll. Oh yeah, you know, I listen to Chemebele, the jack the poll, what I do, why you keeping the poll there for? You listen.
They're coming to talk to the superintendent, the representative, where they will say they will do they want it, do they want to do that one. Then they try and cheat about the road condition. Now my market in the bush, all of my beauty, my black bone, some of my
where you send?
They used to embarrass us under the former president we have regime. But since the government took over, we don't have freedom in real life. It's a great challenge for us as a motorcycle to run in real life to say we are failure or foreigner.
First of all, I'm a product of the University of Liberia. I have my first degree from there. I have my second degree from there. The University of Liberia is the state-owned institution, the highest institution of learning in this country.
So how does today make you feel, Councillor?
To make me feel good that at least the truth prevail. We have recognition, and all along, I was on the Truth and Reconciliation Commission.
I mean, people call me and say, $30 million again? Well, what is that? What I did with this money? What happened? I said, come here, arrest you for $30 million. $30 million? I didn't do anything with $30 million. $30 million is for the World Food Program.
K News comes to you from the News and Current Affairs Department of Cool 91.9. You can listen to K News at 6 a.m., 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. every weekdays as we bring to you your news makers. K News, K News. Get all of the latest in the world of news. K News, K News, K News, K News.
From the witness testimony today, I know I'm innocent. A police officer who goes to the bathroom 7 different times, testifying lies, car.
It's senseless. No video evidence. No, wait until after the judgment.
You don't have evidence to carry the protocol? Then you call the poll. Oh yeah, you know, I listen to Chemebele, the jack the poll, what I do, why you keeping the poll there for? You listen.
They're coming to talk to the superintendent, the representative, where they will say they will do they want it, do they want to do that one. Then they try and cheat about the road condition. Now my market in the bush, all of my beauty, my black bone, some of my
Where you send?
A pleasant good morning from Painesville and welcome to K News 6. K News 6 is a 45-minute presentation of news about Liberia, Africa, and the rest of our one world. My name is Benjamin Gabriel Keba. On today's Tuesday, July 15, 2025 edition of K News 6, we take a short break. When we return, we'll bring you the full package of the news. Welcome back to the news. We take our first development here where Lofa County Senator Mambo Cyrus is urging the executive branch to halt all just action involving the proposed concession agreement between the government of Liberia and Liberia Traffic Management Incorporated. Speaking in a live interview on State Radio, Senator Cyrus raised serious concern about the security implication of the real deal. He emphasized the need for due diligence before moving.
Like I said, they should the executive should hold to this before the constitutions are made. We will have to look at the security implications. We have to be convinced as to whether this particular institution is capable and has necessary security clearances to manage this particular very critical service of our national data.
Meanwhile, Senator Saros also raised concern about the financial structure of the proposed deal. He pointed out that the agreement gives 70% of the revenue to the foreign company LTM, while only 30% remains for Liberia. Senator Saros questioned the logic behind such a split, especially in the absence of any clear explanation about the company's investment portfolio. The Lofa County Senator argued that it is wrong to hand over such a critical revenue generating and capacity building service to a foreign entity. He said the Ministry of Transport already has the ability to manage, collect, and protect transportation data, yet under this agreement, the government is said to give up control for 25 years in exchange for just $40 million.
We will file a transitory account for the Liberian government. It says that there'll be a 70% revenue generation. It's 100%. Yeah. 70 goes to the ATM, and then 30 goes to. Firstly, I don't see no reason why. What the investment portfolio looks like. We don't know the investment portfolio for them to carry 70%. We think economically it's so wrong. And sometimes I wonder why our leaders are doing this. Why would you want to give 70? A huge revenue capacity building institution to a foreigner and give them 70%. The information is that Ministry of Transport is capable of raising $10 to $30 million US every year through this process. And you give it to a foreigner for 25 years or just a $40 million deal. Think about it. We got to be serious in this country.
Any plans to invite authorities of the police?
Yes, we're doing that.
He's Lofa County Senator Momo Saros. The Executive Director of the National Commission on Disability, Samuel Dane, has called for greater global support for indigenous women living with disability who aspire to leadership roles. Speaking at a press conference in Monrovia on Monday, July 14, 2025, Dean reflected on Liberia's recent participation in a United Nations forum where Liberia urged international partners to take concrete action aimed at empowering women with disabilities, not just through policy statements, but with real-time support. He noted that indigenous women with disabilities continue to be left behind due to financial challenges, stigma, and lack of education. Dean highlighted Liberia's progress, including the appointment of 5 persons with disabilities to key government positions and nearly $1 million United States dollars allocated in the fiscal year budget to the Commission. He also praised the ongoing support from the U.S. Embassy, Orange Liberia Foundation, and the Lutheran Church in Staten Island for supporting disability initiative in the country. Samuel then reaffirmed Liberia's commitment to advancing disability rights both locally and on the global stage.
Liberia's vision for disability inclusion has also been reflected in international discourse. In 2013, Monrovia hosted the high-level panel meeting on post-2015, where discussions on the future of the Millennium Development Goals laid the groundwork for the Sustainable Development Goals, SDG, a vision committed to leaving no one behind. Persons with disabilities were not just passive observers in these conversations. They were active contributors whose voices shaped a global development framework. Fast forward to today, and Liberia continues to make disability inclusion a national priority. Under the leadership of His Excellency Joseph Yeman Boyka, the beautiful English speaking man, the government wasted no time in appointing 5 persons with disabilities to key positions in strategic government agencies, a testament to their competence and the administration's unwavering belief in inclusive governance. Moreover, inspired by their contribution, Liberia's arrest agenda was redefined as the arrest agenda for inclusive development, reflecting our national commitment to leaving no one behind. A nation rooted in history and commitment to future where no one is left behind. We recognize our challenges, but our resolve is unshaken. Liberia's strides speak volumes. Leadership inspired by compassion, policies driven by justice, and an unshakable belief in the power of inclusion. As we reflect on this journey, I want to convey my heartfelt gratitude to our President, His Excellency, for his visionary leadership and compassion, to the government of Liberia and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for their unwavering support, to the U.S. Embassy for enabling this vital participation, to the community of persons with disabilities, whose courage fuels our motivation, to Orange Liberia Foundation, who bought our tickets for the trip, and to the generous church community in Staten Island, who has helped change lives, starting with our deaf students.
He's Samuel Chuchudane, the Executive Director of the National Commission on Disabilities. Former Bond County District 2 Representative Kennedy and disbanded Captain of the Armed Forces of Liberia, Jerry Colley, has sharply criticized past and present governments over what he termed as the failure to fully cater to well-being of veterans of the Armed Forces of Liberia. Captain Jerry Colley, who was part of the disbanded Armed Forces of Liberia personnel in 2003 at the climax of the Civil War, frowned at past and present government for failing to improve the insignificantly low pension benefit given to veterans of the Army. Speaking in an interview with K News, Colley underscored that a sickness, a total disrespect for pension personnel of the Armed Forces of Liberia to receive $7,000 Liberian dollars as monthly financial benefits in their civilian life. The former captain asserted that such pension benefits for veterans of the Army do not reflect the extreme sacrifices they made for the nation during their time in active service. According to him, more needs to be worked on to recognize the sacrifices of former soldiers to improve their livelihood. He urged the Bwaka-led government to fast-track efforts and ensure befitting pension benefits for Army veterans through the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation.
Manner form we were treated, we signed a document to go under the Veteran Bureau as a soldiers, and up to now, under the sections of the government, we are not being opportune to at least to have a director for the participating in the war because we're performing our duty, not outside of our duty. We joined the army to protect the country and the people of the country, that is the citizen of the country. There was rebellion forces against us, and we protected the country fully 100%. People might look at it different, but I look at it on the positive side because the executive mansions were not captured with any military violence until we went through elections. The jungle out of the society, we were not pensions. Those who they say the pension they pay them $30 or $35. Like US dollar, $35. It meaning like it's 6 less for people who sacrifice for the country to make $35. So that means they're living on $1.10 or so, or $1.05 or so. Where in the world a soldier man should be pensioned? He gets 7,000 Liberian dollars. Can that soldier send his child to school? Can he pay rent when you did not send him back to his community to identify with the community? Can it be? We need respect. We need honor like other people.
He is former Brown County District 2 Representative candidate Jerry Colley there speaking. Internal Affairs Minister Francis Imali has broken silence in strong support of President Joseph Boakai's launch of the National Healing and Reconciliation Initiative. He described the move as a major step toward unifying a nation-long fracture by war and political division. Minister Yumali described the July 5 launch of National Reconciliation as a turning point, citing the President's public apology to war victims and the unveiling of an 18-year roadmap for peace, healing, and reconciliation as clear signs of leadership and moral courage. The Internal Affairs Minister outlined immediate next step, including a request for presidential endorsement of a National Reconciliation Steering Committee to guide the process and the commencement of nationwide consultation for the creation of a national memorial park. The committee, he said, will be tasked with translating the roadmap into implementable actions, advancing on the best practices and ensuring timely progress on all targets. Minister Yumali assured the public that the Ministry of Internal Affairs stands ready to collaborate with the government, institution, civil society, and community leaders to ensure the reconciliation efforts delivers lasting peace across Liberia.
On July 5, 2025, the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Boakai Sr., launched the National Healing, Reconciliation and Unity Program for Liberia, offered national apology to the victims of the Civil War, mandated the implementation of the strategic roadmap for national healing, peace building, and reconciliation. The Minister of Internal Affairs, being the home for reconciliation, national reconciliation, and peace building programs, in collaboration with other ministries, agencies, and commissions, and civil society organizations, will build on this momentum and thereby undertake the following. 1. Strengthen institutional coordination for national healing, peace building, and reconciliation. By this, we will seek endorsement of the President of Liberia to activate a National Reconciliation Steering Committee to guide reconciliation efforts in Liberia as envisaged by the 18-year strategic roadmap for national healing, peace building, and reconciliation. 2. Stakeholder engagements for the establishment of a national memorial park and war museum. We will conduct broad-based stakeholder consultations across the country to determine the design of the proposed National Memorial Park and War Museum. 3. Establishment of a technical committee. A technical committee on this flagship initiative is hereby established.
His Internal Affairs Minister Francis Yumali. The House of Representatives has instructed its Joint Committee on Ways, Means, Finance, and Judiciary to review within 2 weeks an instrument seeking to decentralize Liberia's national development planning by creating budgetary lines for each of the country's 73 electoral districts. The proposed legislation titled an Act to create a budgetary line for the 73 districts within the annual national budget for development was introduced by Grand Bassa County District 2 Representative Clarence C. Banks. According to Representative Banks, if enacted, the law would obligate the government of Liberia to designate a specific fiscal allocation for each district within the national budget framework, effectively enabling district-level autonomy in identifying and approving development projects. He anchored the bill in Article 29 and 7 of the 1986 Constitution, which respectively confer legislative authority and establish the state's responsibility to enhance citizens' participation in economic and social affairs. He said under the provision of the bill, district would receive quarterly disbursement throughout the fiscal year, allowing for sustained implementation of development plans. The Grand Valley County lawmaker said elected representatives of each district will play an active role in guiding projects from initiation through completion in consultation with their constituents. The bill further mandates a competitive bidding process for all development initiatives. If passed, the legislation could reshape Liberia's budgetary landscape by shifting control from centralized decision makers to district level leadership. He added that it presents meaningful opportunities to address historical imbalances in infrastructures and services while enhancing transparency and civic ownership of development.
Fellow colleagues, since our independence, 1847, July 26, in few days from now, we will be 178 years old. It is still, there is nothing you can comprehend from there when we still fight as the people's deputies for breadcrumbs. Why did I say that? We will pass the president's budget, we the people deputies, but then we keep running behind finance, we keep running behind executives. Please give us $50. Now, I will say this, it is about time, 178 years old, we need our own line as individual districts. This is why I would say, every district is the nucleus of this nation. When the districts are developed, the counties will be developed. When the county is developed, the country will be developed. Now, this act, $500,000 United States dollars in the budget for every district, every budgetary year. It will give us the power. This is why I would say, some of us, we cannot afford to raise the money to develop our district. But I want us to understand here, every district, the 73 districts, are the ones that contribute to the national budget. So, if we are the ones that cook the food, and it is for us, we cannot ask for the breadcrumb that fall from the table. Now, $500,000, it will amount on every budgetary year, $36,500,000. We can raise $36,500,000. We also do not need to look at our own family finances, to deplete our own account, your family account, mine, in order to develop our district. I may be able, 99% of us here cannot. So I'm asking plenary, I want you to please look at this bill. It will relieve each of us if we come back to know that we have money in our budget.
His Grand Valley County District 2 Representative Clarence T. Banks. The proprietor of the PSN International School System has cautioned the government of Liberia to desist from politicizing the education sector. Councillor PSN expressed frustration that the government has failed on its responsibility to provide quality and affordable education for its citizens, but wants to unrealistically regulate private sector educators. He described the government's regulation on graduation and tuition fees for private schools as being out of order, arguing on the government's failure to provide subsidy. Councillor Pearson maintained that the insensitivity to the plight of the private educational system denied it the right to serve as a regulator over private-owned learning institutions. Councillor Pearson spoke with K News on Friday, July 11, 2025, on the sideline of the 7th graduation ceremony of the PSN International School System.
Educational opportunity is a constitutional right. The central government has no obligation to provide educational opportunities for all Liberians. That's a constitutional obligation to the government. And basically, the government should be there to subsidize most of these engagements so as to be able to have control over the activities of these schools in terms of fees and other things like that. You cannot regulate and exert that kind of regulatory authority if you're not subsidizing. I can tell you this, to run an institution that will be credible enough to be standardized, like they require a lot of funding. They require a lot of funding. Sometimes government come with political statements. Because I told somebody, I'm like, some of the statements government come, it's not reality, it's not genuine, it's not supported by the facts. For instance, someone said, oh, to graduate, you're going to pay $3,000 Liberian. You saw the kind of program the children are here today. You know how sometimes a colorful program and someone says, you can only pay, government come with regulation, yeah, I have to pay $200 level to the point and graduate. It means that that's not being serious. That's not being serious because these parents, they want quality. These are the members the church want to create for their educational sojourn. So these are the memories. You don't mess no step of those memories. So people should not take educational thing with politics. They shouldn't mix it with politics. Education is a serious issue because it deals with the children's future. Government needs to be serious about education and take the politics of education, not try to gain political capital from educational activity. Let them face the reality of educational reality in the institution. These children need quality education. Now in Liberia, if a parent wants to suffer you or they want to punish you, they will tell you, say, next year you are going to PCS. They will tell you, say, you don't want to be serious, you're going to Nipo Junior High. So they are telling you that these government institutions are not up to standard. That's what they're telling you. So if they want to punish you, they will say to PCS, or will say to Nipo Junior High, or will say to Boswan. So government needs to be more serious and real about providing quality educational environment for the kids. They need to join us in the private sector to help us provide some form of provision, some form of subsidies to be able to help enhance. And when you do that, you put yourself in a better regulatory position to regulate these institutions. But you can't sit back as the parent of the home who's not supporting the children managing themselves, provide subsidies for themselves, provide survival for themselves, then you want to regulate it.
He is the proprietor of the PSN International School System, Councillor Samuel Pearson. House Speaker Richard Nangwekon has sounded a clarion call for the transformation of Liberia's education system, describing it as a key to rebuilding the nation's foundation. Speaking on Saturday, July 12, 2025, at the official opening ceremony of the Rhodes International Academy, Speaker Kohn emphasized that Africa's 40th Republic cannot attain its full potential among the Committee of Nations without strengthening its academic institutions. He pointed out that although Liberia has made some tremendous progress, important sectors like the justice system remain underdeveloped, while the Liberia's education system is still far behind its counterparts. Speaker Kohn lamented that the lack of urgency among school children and parents regarding the value of education and the students often resist going to school without understanding its long-term benefits. He urged the administration of the Rhodes International Academy to position itself as a national leader in academic excellence, stating that the institution must endeavor to be second to none across the country. In what seems to be a stern caution to the administration of the Rhodes International Academy, Speaker Kohn warned against unethical practices, particularly those involving financial exploitation of parents.
One of the things we've been endeavoring in this country is to build a new foundation. And when the foundation is built, as far as I'm concerned, that will grow. One of the things that's holding us backward, I was just in Sierra Leone a few days ago, and I've seen the progress made in Sierra Leone as compared to Liberia those days. Those days Liberia heading far ahead of these three countries, Ghana, Guinea, and Sierra Leone. I'll be interested in kindergarten first, because when the foundation is taking over and over, I've visited a lot of schools, and I've seen growth in other schools. And I know Rhodes International Academy should be second to none in most of our countries. Making us as a school and our family and other siblings to have devoted a time in not a nightclub, not any other thing, but thought on putting the minds of our children. It means that Dr. Kung mean well for this country. We all now have to put our arms around her and make sure the children's future are protected. For now, the children in school takes it like a joke, especially when the child go to school in the morning, we know how they cry, they don't want to go to school, they don't want to get ready for school, they take it as a joke. But there will come a time they will realize that when they get to a particular stage in the academic joining or sojourn, they will now have understood that the parents mean well for them. And I urge the Rose International Academy to please pay attention to our children. Pay attention to the children. If your salary delays or any other thing, confront the administration. Do not go in asking parents for money. It cripples the foundation of our children. We know what the teacher can do. Keep urging you, please. Allow Rose International Academy built by Dr. Kong to
His House Speaker Reginald Wekon. Former Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Liberia, Councillor Gloria Moses Scott, has appeared before the Senate Committee on Hydrocarbon and Environment for confirmation as the chairperson of the board of the National Oil Company of Liberia, NOCAR. Addressing the committee, Councillor Moses Scott described Liberia's position between North and Southern America as strategic and critical advantage in the global oil and gas trade. The revered lawyer warned that in the face of recent threats to global energy supply chains, Liberia must not underestimate its geographic strength, which position it squarely along key international energy routes. The NOCAR chairperson Destiny told senators that the growing international focus on Liberia's coastline must be managed wisely and aggressively to protect national interests and drive genuine economic benefits. Councillor Moses Scott stressed that Liberia cannot afford to negotiate from a place of weakness, warning that it is now time for stronger and informed leadership. She vowed to work alongside the board and senior management to lead reforms and push Liberia toward becoming a serious energy player in the region.
Today, 2025, and that brings us to what's happening in our region and what is happening globally, where Liberia is situated. It's just across from North and South America, and it's a short distance to Europe. Logistically, it's easy to carry natural resources. There's clearly a threat to the supply line for oil and gas. So Liberia is, she has a leverage, and NOCAL is aware of that. NOCAL is aware of that, so that in her negotiations and discussions, she can negotiate from a standpoint of strength instead of from a standpoint of weakness, so that we can accentuate what we have. Because after this, well, maybe God will reveal something else, So there is a lot of activity, there's a lot of attention about the shoreline, the coastline of Liberia. So this, not to be long-winded, this is what we bring to the table. And this is what we come to you asking that we be confirmed, so that we can impact together with the other board members and the senior management team. So this particular sector, the oil and gas, so we'll be able to impact it for the betterment of Liberia and Liberians. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
The Congress for Democratic Change Council of Patriots is calling on the Ministry of Justice and the Independent National Human Rights Commission to investigate the Commissioner General of the Liberia Immigration Service, Elijah Rufus, for alleged involvement in 2 mysterious deaths. The CDC COP cites the December 2024 alleged murder of 25-year-old Mayonga Kalako in Lofa County and the subsequent death of 19-year-old Yakawolo Mosima in police custody. The late Mosima is believed to have had some family connection with the late boss and was reportedly ready to confess before being found dead in police custody under suspicious circumstances. An official autopsy confirmed Mosima's death was unnatural, but no charges have been brought. The CDC COP alleged that Rufus attempted to interfere with the investigation and offered to bribe to silence the confident family. The opposition political press group is demanding Rufus' immediate refusal to arrest. That's the arrest of 6 police officers on duty during Mosima's detention on an independent probe.
Use of a crime under the doctrines and the fundamental of judiciary jurisprudence, we believe that it is very much important that you give way, excuse the position. We are not the one who gave him the job, sir. We are just asking that he recuse himself from the job now, go to an investigation, and let him clear his name. He has family. It is not a good thing for the people in Bonjaman, for the people in Liberia to see Mr. Rufus as a ritualist. He needs to go clear his name. That is only possible through a forensic criminal investigation that will prove he had no role to play. Until then, he needs to be investigated. Despite this damaging incident, Mr. Elijah Rufus remains in office, untouched and uninvestigated. Mr. Francis Humane, Minister of Internal Affairs, has sworn to protect Rufus, his nephew, and they have deceived President Bouaka about this reality of what actually happened in Lofa. Minister Humane is shielding the mastermind of 2 mysterious murders from accountability, and President Bouaka must be way too aware and we need to investigate and know what actually happened in Lofa County. Mr. Rufus is deeply involved in this case. As a matter of fact, he is on record for unlawfully intervening initially by offering to hurriedly bury Masuma after he was killed in police custody. You say you want to bury? No, the body was evident. He offered to hurriedly bury the body. He pleaded with the family to avoid autopsy that he had conducted. The family also rejected that. He also attempted to give $20,000 as a bribe to the Citizen Action Committee or the Dagoman community and the victim family. The family also refused the money. The autopsy report from the Ministry of Justice has confirmed that Masuma was murdered in police custody on orders of higher ups. That is why the police officers that were on duty, they have been protected. They have gone back to work and they are working in Bonjaman. Before, the time people got angry and they burned down the police station and they burned down the depot. Do we want a country that, due to the lack of the Ministry of Justice giving justice impartially, citizens should start burning down police stations and burning down officers? We don't want that. We don't want this country to be plunged into pandemonium and anarchy. That is why in our wisdom we believe that it's very much important people who are aiders and abettors, perpetrators and facilitators, this must be investigated, cleared on a forensic basis to clear their name, because we don't want the citizens burning places around. We do not believe.
Voice of CDC COP there speaking. Well, on that note, this is how we draw down the curtain on today's edition of K News at 6. It's been a joint effort from our News and Current Affairs Department here at Cool 91.9. Many thanks to our contributors and correspondents who helped in making today's edition of News a success. For and on behalf of the entire news team, my name is Benjamin Gabriel Keba. Good morning from Painesville.